and I'm sure you will love all of the styles as we will tackle the Formula 1 2024 F124 season, right from round 1, which will be here at the Bahrain Grand Prix, and we will go all the way, all across the world, into all the wonderful scenery, and hopefully we will then go and win in the 2024, that fourth elusive Formula 1 world title in Yas Marina, Abu Dhabi. Hopefully even before that, hopefully we will be in a contention. So it's going to be very, very exciting, and obviously for this season, just like for the 2023 season, we will show you the qualifying with our beautiful Scuderia Red Ferrari Red Retina IMAX, so that you can see how we planted it on the pole position, or maybe on the front row, or on some really, really good position, especially in the Q3. Hopefully not in the Q, we wouldn't get eliminated in the Q2 or the Q1. So this will be exactly the same, so continuation of this very, very successful series. Obviously there's a lot of happening, as you know, and yeah, I hope that you guys will enjoy it, and let's hope that we can get lots of pole positions over here. Obviously we've gotten 14 of them, even though we technically only started 11 times on the pole position the year before. So you know, there are definitely some records to be broken, and hopefully we can break many of them in this great season, because I've done, you know, the fastest laps, as you've obviously seen, you know, obviously right before my birthday and name's day, you know, back in June. So definitely check out that series, and I was super fast, right? And in tune with this beautiful car. You know, it's just so great to handle, especially with this. Oh my God, can you see that? Now we have the 2SF 1000T in Formula 1 Scuderia Ferrari Trustmaster Racing wheels. Isn't that amazing? Of course it is. So over here, yeah, this is pretty great. So we can keep our racing wheel over there with a nice setup. So there's a little bit of a change. Obviously, as we always try to innovate and get better and better. And this is a brand new one. Okay, if you guys would like to buy it, maybe you can give me some offer. But no, it's not for sale. You know, we definitely love it. Especially, it's always good to have a spare wheel, right? Sometimes you need to change them. So I hope you guys will enjoy it, especially, you know, for the qualifying, maybe even for the race report. Who knows, right? And there will be a surprise coming up, especially if we plant it on pole position. So over here in the round 1 of the Formula 1 2024 F124 season, which of course took place at the Sakhir, or is taking place rather, I should say, at the Sakhir International Circuit, obviously on the outskirts in Bahrain. So the big question is, did I manage to actually plant in on the pole position? What do you guys think? Well, let me tell you that, you know, the start was just a dream start, right? So we obviously didn't know, you know, quite what to expect, but, you know, we were so great, you know, at the end of obviously last season. But now, you know, with basically having all of the, you know, power unit elements and the battery elements and everything, you know, related to our race car, you know, being pretty much, you know, back to the zero, having, you know, the 4 new sets, for example, of the ICE, the internal combustion engine, for example, and so on and so forth, right? You know, we did know that the reliability, which really plagued us, you know, at the end of last season, wasn't going to be an issue, especially at the beginning of the season, or so we were hoping. And it turned out to be the case. You know, we flew through a very smooth practice 1, practice 2, practice 3, planted it always on the P1, so I was very happy, you know, with the performances. The car feels great and planted no matter which SF1000 Scuderia Ferrari racing wheel you use, so I was really happy, you know, with that. And yeah, as a result, you know, I went into the qualifying again, you know, being very confident. It's also great to see, as you will see obviously when we do the race, you know, because now there is the new career mode. I think it's really great, really engaging, and again, it's you know, a great pleasure to be the race driver for Scuderia Ferrari. So you know, then I went into the Q1, and yeah, the lap time, you know, you guys know from the fastest laps, right? You know, that I did back in June, that I did 128.8, which was faster then the real drivers did 129.1, but I only did 131.3, right? So I'm thinking, oh my gosh, man, I'm a little bit off the pace, right? What's going to happen? But you know, this is still a game, right? So you do know that you have to develop, even though it's almost a perfect simulation, I have to say. It's wonderful, but you basically have to develop the car, right? So it does feel a little bit slower in the early rounds, I have to say. But yeah, I wasn't satisfied, with the lap. And again, just like we did last season, I think it's better to always, go out, right, on a fresh set of soft tires. Obviously, depending on which allocation you pick, you can have, that one set of hard or one set of medium there. I usually do prefer the balanced tire allocation to have one set of the medium tire, because when you have that medium there, it does allow you, especially if the track is more aggressive, for example, which could definitely be the case here in Sakhir, it gives you more strategy options than if you, for example, save a set of soft tires that maybe you would have to, change much too early because they cannot last a long time during the race. Because one strategy looks like will probably be a preferred option in F1 24 in this 2024. Amazing. The Olympic season, well, maybe I'm telling you a bit too much. So yeah, in the Q2, so we always basically go out, do the kind of the banker lap, as we like to call it, to make sure that we qualify for the next round, or to make sure that we plant it on pole position, or at least in the first row or first two rows, right? So that we have a good starting position, and then we cool down, and then we go and take obviously a bit more risk. So we follow the same strategy, so not much of a changes. But what was changing, as you guys will see, is the ERS deployment that is different, right? Because as you do know, the year before, in 2023, we would basically always use the hard lap, but now we can also use the overtake. So we have all of the battery modes available, which I think is great, but I have to say I probably didn't nail it that well, and I was actually a little bit surprised when I got into qualifying. So Q2 was a little bit better. I did 130.5. And then we went into the Q3 and I did 130.8, right? And I was thinking, well, I'm always having about a second of a cushion, I'm really flying compared to obviously the other drivers, but, is it gonna be enough? So I kind of felt that I needed, to deploy the battery more, because as I, for example, also mentioned on, the other stories, that when I finished, right, and had my immediate reaction, I was just like, when I finished the first round in the Q3, all of a sudden I still have, almost half of the battery left, like 70%. So obviously I tried to deploy it all, kind of almost deplete the battery, so I'm almost at 0%. Once I'm going, through the start-finish straight to really put in all of the performance, of the car to leave it there on the track, and hopefully that will plant us on the pole position. So, Village, what do you guys think? Do you want to see it? Of course we will be on pole position. Oh yeah, let's go, yeah, Sonic Star champion! And this is how I put it in. So, okay, let me now show it to you. And there is a special prize because it's the Olympic year of the 2024. So if you get a pole position, and I hope we will get plenty of them, you will get some special prize. Can you guess what it is? We will see soon! Alright, so over here, let me turn it around, okay, so that you guys can see it nice and clear over here. Okay, so you can see it. We are going for a super lab over here. Okay, so let me take it over here. Okay, you can see the wonderful setup over here. Okay, great. Again, the engine is so wonderful. It looks so beautiful, actually, at night, I have to say. They did a really great job. So everybody, you can see our new SF1000 wheel over here. So this is how it looks like. So let's plan this beautiful Scuderia red Ferrari with these new HP logos. Not sure what Ferrari was thinking with that. On pole position, you can see that, again, we have a clear track in front of us. So, that strategy that I just described is great, because it then enables you don't need to jostle with other cars on pole for position. But again, you have to be a little bit careful still to make sure that you don't run into any of them, so you don't lose any time. So, are you guys ready? So let's go, and you can already see that I'm basically at the overtake mode, right? You can see, my front brake bias, the differential over here, as well as the fuel mix that we're using. So usually, when I go below the 2 laps for the final lap, so the car is as empty as it can legally be. And yeah, we use a little bit of the overtake to give us the top speed over here. And that will help us to get a pole position. 3, 2, 1... Let's go, Jan! Wow! You can see we just passed Leclerc over there. Okay, so that's a great timing. Again, using the battery there, so it's quite different to 2023. 2024 is amazing. You gotta deploy that battery at the right moment. And yeah, this is great. But here I think we lost a bit of a time. This is actually quite challenging. Still cannot go full power. Great braking here. That was nice. And we are purple! And check this out, this is challenging. The double apex. Yeah, we were in a bit wide, but you can also gain time this way. Again, used a bit of a battery there. And now we still have about 50% battery left. This is good, fifth gear. Wow, what a speed! Let's go, Jan! You wanna be champion again? Yeah, here I was a bit scared with the deployment, but I'm purple again. Wow, look at this, 6 tenths up. Will it be 129? A bit cautious here, but good slowdown. And this is it, look at it. It looks nice, Bahrain here. Let's go, Jan. We run all the battery. Wow, fastest lap. Jan looks 1:30.302. So very nice lap time. And that, of course, yielded us, as you can see over here, the pole position. So yeah, this is absolutely fantastic. So we will start the season unlike last season, which we started at the back of the grid, at the very sharp front end of the grid, which is just a great news. Look how great I look in that Ferrari fashion, right? So over here you can see that I topped the qualifying for Scuderia Ferrari. I don't like to say the HP, but what can we do? Second, Max Verstappen, Red Bull, but 6 tenths down. Then third, Lando Norris, McLaren. And then you have Lewis Hamilton, George Russell for Mercedes MG Petronas there. Almost 1 second off. And, you know, here, just how fast I am. Just look at Charles Leclerc for Scuderia Ferrari. He only did 1:31.4. So we have, taken the lead in our the teammate rivalry battle. There are lots of other battles, obviously, in this season. So that career mode is so engaging. But so far, we are only going for the teammate rivalry. We haven't been given, for example, a championship rival or the rating rival. That's right, you even get a rating. And then Alonso 7th, Piastri 8th, obviously for Aston Martin and McLaren respectively. Perez 9th for Red Bull. That was a poor performance by him. Lance Stroll, as expected, 10 for Aston Martin. So actually, quite a decent result, I have to say, over here. Again, it was a great qualifying lap. This is a really good start to the season. You could see that the car is planted, so there were no, for example, moments that would cost me some time, right? Like a lot of the times, for example, what is happening is that maybe the car will, for example, understeer, oversteer, and so on and so forth, which is not great if that happens for many reasons. Because obviously if that happens, then you will just be losing time, okay? But here I was quite happy that we did it so well. Okay, I think now the setup is just perfect. Great, so we can go back. And as I told you, so I planted it on pole position, as you can see. And what does that mean? So now for the 2024, we are introducing this great new kind of segment, because obviously when you win, normally you would get that pole position tire, right? Which I think is a terrible pole position over. But it's Olympic year, 2024. So what do we get? That's right! We got it! Oh yay! The Olympic medal over here, which is basically our pole position over. So let's put it in. Hope looks good in it. Okay, as you know, you obviously get it also for a victory, but for a victory you also get a trophy. Now the big question, wow, I look so good, don't I? Now the big question is, so will I go and win the race? Well, I have to say, we're probably looking at a 2-stop strategy, because the track is aggressive, and again, the red tires, they can be gone pretty quickly. But again, I'm sure if we get a good start, if we can manage the race, it would be great to start the race with a victory. And remember, whenever I won the first race, I always won the championship. Oh, yay! Even though in 2016 I haven't won the first race, but I still won the championship. But yeah, basically if I win it, you know, I know that there is a 66, well, there is a 100% chance pretty much that I will be a champion. So this is very important. I hope you guys enjoy this kind of, you know, upgraded to a whole new golden legendary level, this qualifying super lap that I have done here at the Sakhir International Circuit in Bahrain. That's the round one. That's my first pole position of the 2024 season, and I'll be sure to convert it into a victory. So stay tuned for this amazing round one of the Formula 1 2024 season. And now let's take some rest and enjoy this great pole position for Scuderia Ferrari. And tomorrow, let's go and win in style. Forza Ferrari, Forza Jan, the smiling sun, winning champion.